Check it. Yeah. It's the daily ritual. Got that caffeine craving, feeling spiritual. Open up the bag, the aroma starts to flow. Yeah, it's time for Fantastic. Let the magic grow. First sip in the morning, yeah, it wakes me up. Got my mind right, ready to conquer the cup. Energy boost like a rocket to the moon. Fantastic coffee, ain't no time to spoon. Got the dark roast, bold and full of spice. Each cup a masterpiece, a delicious vice. Forget the instant crap, the weak watery brew. This ain't no Starbucks, this is the real deal, true. Fantastic. Fantastic, it's the best in the game. Got feeling fantastic, ain't nobody the same. From the beans to the brew, it's a perfect blend. Got me energized, ready to ascend the ladder of success. Yeah, I'm on my way. Thanks to Fantastic, it brightens up my day. Yeah, sure. Got that midday slump, feeling kinda low, but one sip of Fantastic, watch the energy grow. It's like a shot of adrenaline, yeah, it's the real deal. Keeps me focused, helps me seal the deals. Yeah, I'm on top of my game. Fantastic coffee, putting fire in my name. Got that late night session, the deadline's here, but Fantastic keeps me going, no need for fear. Fantastic, fantastic, it's the best in the game. Got feel fantastic. It brightens up my day. More than just a coffee, it's a lifestyle. A perfect blend of flavor, smooth and worthwhile. From the mountains to your cup, it's a journey to savor. Fantastic coffee, the taste you'll forever favor. Fantastic, fantastic, it's the best in the game. Got feel fantastic. Got me energized, ready to ascend the ladder of success. Yeah, I'm on my way. Thanks to Fantastic, it brightens up my day. Fantastic, fantastic, the coffee that's true. Yeah, it's fantastic, and it's all for you. So grab a cup, take a sip, and let the magic flow. Fantastic coffee, the best thing you'll ever know.
Oh, hang on. Microphone's in the wrong place. Hang on. Just woken up, guys. I'm awake. Honest, I'm awake. Just let me get some music on. Can you hear me all right? Because I haven't put the earphones in. Oh, music. There we go. Hello. I pushed it back a little bit. I know Seg's still on. It gives me time to wake up. Hello, lovely people. So, let's start with the hellos. Just go through who's here already. Raven, lovely Raven. Wisdom, is it Wednesday or it's Thursday? It's Thursday morning here. 2:19 in the morning. What am I doing with my life? Pomp, gentleman Pomp. Yes, it is Thursday here. Thank you for being awake, Pomp. Hold on. Oh, no, it won't scroll. There we go. Enga, hello. Good to see you. Oh, I need to down a cup of coffee, guys. Alexis Artemis, Green Howard the First. Hello. Is Phil coming? I don't know. He's supposed to be. He's got the link. So hopefully, but am I not good enough for you, Alexis? I'm hurt. No, it's okay. He is supposed to be. I see ghost cats. How are we doing? Oh, Caroline. Lovely Caroline. Here's Caroline can drive. Good evening, Mom. Oh, feel old. Crow in the chat already. Nearly lunchtime Thursday here. Nearly lunchtime. I should have got some food ready, really. I've got cookies. Sarah has cookies. It's been subscribed. Awesome. Subscribe to Wizzy. I've got a few wisdoms in my watch list. I haven't watched yet. Actually, I've got a few of everybody's in my watch list. I think that's me up to date. Fantastic. How's everybody this evening? Oh, hang on. Itchy. I may be older than you, and nobody's older than me. When Justin comes into the chat, he reckons I was born in the Victorian era. But I feel I'm 58. Come on, I don't hide my age. I'm 58, but I feel 90 at the minute. And this hot weather's not helping. So 9:21 in East Coast. Yep. 3:21. So Alexis is an hour ahead. Raven's got pizza in the oven. Pizza. I've had. I don't eat pizza massive. You know, I'm not Phil. I don't have one every day. But I actually 2 days running I've had pizza. And I told that to Phil, and his answer was, "Oh, so was the second one cold?" I said, "No, bloody wasn't. 2 separate pizzas, both hot. Oh, good. My headphones are amazing. They came with the mic set, but I don't know. The thought of them clamped to my ears right now, so I'm actually just I'm not wearing them tonight. So just wanted to make sure I could be heard. 69 and living the good life. Oh, hood life. That's okay. Seg knows I'm live. Seggy Weggy. That's why I pushed it to 2:15, because he doesn't tend to go more than 2 hours, so it's all good. It is all good. Not a problem. Good, not hood. Well, you know, you could have meant it. Oh, when I get to 69, I'm living the good life. Hang on. Frozen and fresh baked. The pizzas, actually what it was we don't have a decent pizza delivery here. We don't have any of the chains, and I won't use the little, there's only a couple of little places that do pizza, and I'm not chancing them. No, the supermarket ones that I buy and just bake myself, they're all right. They're actually not bad. But they had normally they do 2 for £7, and they've actually changed it to 3 for £7. So it was stupid not getting the extra one. So we had 2 of them yesterday. Well, Tuesday, and then I had my. So on Tuesday I had the ham and pineapple. Yes, pineapple on my pizza, and today I had the my favourite, which is the spicy beef one with jalapenos. Both hot. Sarah does not do cold pizza. I can't think of anything worse. Well, I can think of stuff worse, but not much. Certainly most of it. Thank you. And can I also say I am so sorry that I'm behind on catching up with messaging people about those. I'm just putting the finishing touches to Beardo's roast, and then I'm actually going to start collating some of the stories I've had and start putting them into a format for the book. So over the next few days, I will be getting in touch with people. Jonathan, the lovely Jonathan. How's Jonathan? And Ned, good to see you, sweetie. And that's at the bottom of the chat. Yeah. I've got myself into what I usually get myself into. I've got quite a few things going on at the same time. So, actually, the Beardo roast would have been out tonight, but I fell asleep. So that will definitely be out tomorrow. No questions. I know this is me saying it, but the Beardo roast will definitely be out tomorrow. I've just got to finish doing some of the images for it. He's going to love me. And I've got several projects on the go, but the ones I will say about, I want to start collating those ghost stories, get some more in there. So if you have, hang on, I'll just switching over to YouTube, and I will put, you can contact me on Instagram, you can contact me on Facebook, but you can also contact me. I'm just going to put it in the chat and pin it on Gmail if you want to email me. Oh no, let me pin it. If you have any stories, they don't have to be massively long stories. They can be very short, they can be very long. I am oh no, not awake yet. So I'm saying be like, oh no, it is past. Hey people, Seggy Weggy, sending people over. Looking forward to my mate Beardo's roast. Your mate, Pom. Your besties now. He won't be besties with me when he sees it, but it's what the roasts are all about. You just posted the link in your chat. Isn't he a treasure? Isn't he an absolute treasure? We're so proud of him here in the UK. We have National Side-Eye Guy Day every year. Actually, it's every day. It's like Beardo has a birthday every day. Every day, the UK has a National Side-Eye holiday. So, James Boo. Jack the Repass, James Boston. Bangles Marshall, I feel under pressure now. Oh my goodness. Seg sent me. Side-Eye Guy says hi. Pam Spencer, hello. Segway. I caught the last half hour of Segs. I need my sleepy poo before going live at 2 o'clock in the morning. Or 2:30 in the morning. Dana Gregg, hello. Bastards have had a Seg raid. Paranormal Detective, Seg sent me. Oh, goodness. Chris Williams, hello, sweetie. Side-Eye Guy Invasion. Oh, my goodness. Jamie Carey, hello. Greentown. Good to see everybody. Hang on. Losing the chat. I am better at the chat than Seg, I promise you. Normally. Lee. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. He's the Reaper. Grim Reaper. He is. Should we play my Seg button in honor of the raid? Let me find my Seg button in honor of the raid. Where is he? There he is.
Don't stop believing.
There you go. Those dulcet tones. Could have been an opera singer. Or something. Oh, sorry, my chat just jumped. I'm going to have to seg the chat. So many in. Ganja Mama. Hello, sweetie. How are you? How's Nazareth? How's Pussycats? Laura in the chat. Good evening, Laura. Punky Bee. G'day. Did I say that right? I'm crap. I don't do accents. Barely do my own anymore. I've lost my own. Aloha, Sea Cat. Seg sent me. You're all wonderfully behaved for Seg. It's amazing. Little Miss Mayhem. Good to see you, sweetie. Elaine, hello. Elaine Baker in the house. Are you taking a bong hit? No. No. Tara, hello, sweetie. Giselle. Good to see you. Ruth Phillips. Hello. Dana finally made it to a live. I know. I am. It's a weird thing at the minute, isn't it? With all of us, I think. I'm not hitting half the lives that I normally do. Panda. Hang on. Panda Kaizen. Good evening. Louise Parry. Good to see you, darling. Everyone popping in. Yeah. Pinky. I'm hoping I get names right because. Oh my goodness. Hang on. John Stupp. Get a seg raid. I end up segging the charts. This is awesome. Wow, that was beautiful singing. Yeah, I know. I do you know what that investigation he did? I loved that one. It was, I don't know, there was something about that one. And yes, there was the funny bit in the bar with the singing and everything, and the pretending to be drunk. But I just really enjoyed that one. There was just something, I don't know, relaxing about that one. Louis said, we just get a coffee. You get a coffee. You gotta have the caffeine. You gotta have the caffeine right there. I think I've nearly finished mine. I'm gonna have to boil the cat. Start misbehaving, Seg. Seg. I'm segging the chat because of this, but thank you, sweetie. You are a treasure. Nazareth is a great mama. She's great, and I had another doctor appointment yesterday. 4 new meds in, bunch more tests to come. But here I. Oh. Aren't you all okay, Ganja Mama? Green Tone. Oh my god, thank you so much. I genuinely don't know what to say to that, but this is the button I do when I get.
Oh my
god. Thank you. I genuinely thank you. That helps so much. Absolute rock star. Greentone is. I know Greentone's very supportive, especially of SAG, and that means an awful lot. That really does. Thank you very much. Need my vinegar and salt potato crisp munchies time. Munchies. Oh, don't start me on the munchies, guys. Honestly. It's not Victorian Punk Whisper. Oh, that's my Muppet. I've had that one for ages. I normally have a more, I don't know, aesthetically pleasing avatar than that, but I only woke up about half an hour before I went live, and so I thought, Muppet's going to be more appropriate tonight. There's only 7 likes in chat. Give Sarah a thumbs up. All appreciated. Anonymous there, I bought coffee in. No, I'm going to have to boil the kettle. I'm hoping it doesn't affect the sound. But that first coffee is waking me up. So one of Seg's best. I have my caramel latte now. Do you know what I haven't had for ages is I love gingerbread lattes because I'm not getting out much. I really want a gingerbread latte. I had fun with that. Seg, if you heard me saying, I actually loved that investigation, and I can't even explain. I don't know. I just found it very. It was so relaxing to watch and just uncomplicated and fun, and I don't know. I loved that. And I'm being annoying because I would love to be able to say, oh, Seg, it was because this, and this. But I don't know, because I mean, I watch a certain amount of investigation. I don't know, there's just something. I just wish more would be done like that, where somebody would just go in and just get on with it. And I also like it when you see the place, you know. And I get why everybody does night vision and all that stuff. I get it. I know why people do it. I'm not having a go. But it's a bit like Cassie. It's a bit like when Weeping Willow does investigations. Sort of lights are still on, and actually some of Two Plies as well. He sometimes, at least for parts of it, he's leaving the lights on. I just love seeing the buildings and everything. So that might be part of it as well. So Dawn, hello Dawn. How are we doing, sweetie? Hope you're doing all right at the minute. How do you receive gift memberships? I'm new. You need to sign up to open when I get back up to work. They're random, Dana. And when somebody gives memberships in the chat, obviously they would. You have to be subscribed to a channel to get a gift membership. But it's they are pretty random. But YouTube do seem to be now concentrating on putting people who are in the chat again. It doesn't always happen, but for a while they weren't doing that, and didn't really seem fair. I just finished up a bag of salt and vinegar chips. I love the artwork you've got up for the screensaver. Yeah, sorry, I'm coughing here. Sorry, just let me miss it. Got out of StreamYard for a second, sorry guys. Love the artwork you got us a screensaver. Yeah, the artwork obviously for my lives is AI. But I am an artist, so I everything else is literally me. Including all my merch is mine. So, and Green, thank you for becoming a member. You get this too.
Oh my god.
Sorry, my chat jumped then. Oh, there we go. Just crow the chat. I've accidentally reignited Raiders of the Lost Ark. Is indie pointless or not? It's like the Big Bang Theory thing. Do you know just something? Since I heard that theory, I actually haven't watched it. I suppose I don't know. I suppose the only argument I can think of, having not seen it for a while, is he's not completely pointless because nobody would know where the Ark was if he hadn't been there. Because you know, the villains, can't say the word on YouTube, would have found it it would have got them, and it would probably just be buried again. That's the only thing I can think of. Caramel latte sounds amazing, amazing right now. Thank you. I like my ghost hunts bring a certain. I like to think my ghost hunts bring a certain boring charm. I think it's the charm bit. Oh God, I've just called Seg charming. Nobody clipped that. I don't know. I also it's partly me because I enjoy seeing the buildings, and when it's, you know, I suppose it's if I did a. It's funny, you know, because Jamie did Two Ply. If you remember, to Two Plies, he did a member video just where, because he lives near New Orleans, and they'd gone to New Orleans and they were just walking around New Orleans and going into the shops, and I thought, oh, that's a really cool video because I mean, it's somewhere I'd love to go. And then I think, well, I don't think about doing it here because you know, it's like I live here, I'm used to it, but I think, well, yeah, maybe people would like to see that sort of video from me. So when it's somewhere that you're not used to, a culture that you're not used to, and you guys, I mean, my regular chat know how I feel about a lot of stuff like apps and, you know, all the equipment and everything, and yeah, that as Laura's just said below you, back to old school stuff, and I just like to see. I'd either like to see more of that, where we're just going back to the old school, just walking around, see if anything happens. You don't have to have the lights off for something to happen. But or I'm pushing APRF at the moment. New British channel who are using different techniques, and they're going back and back to the same locations, and and they're combining science with the old folklore, and testing it out, etc. I don't know. It's just nice to see something different, and nice to see. I think the word charm, and the old school stuff. Those two comments together, I think, really helps. And you know, I think we'd get more eyes on the investigators, of all the investigators, because there's so many now, and that's amazing. But you know, they can get a bit much. And like I say, I'm not an app person or an equipment person at all. So it's just nice to see that old school style. Seg has fun with every video. He's just good at hiding it with unhinged rage. That's such a good way of putting it. But the rage is part of the fun, Joshua. The rage is part of the fun. It's therapeutic to let that rage out. I do like that. Seg is falling off the bar stool we love. That's what bar stools are for. I mean, they're not designed to prop you up for very long, are they? What's the first you've seen or been? I'm currently launching a project called Believe in Me, which is me collecting people's paranormal experiences. You don't have to be a ghost hunter. Paranormal experiences. I do have a video on the channel explaining it. That's why my email's at the top, because I'm doing a book with everybody's paranormal experiences. I haven't been on an official investigation yet. I am a little bit of the school that you don't have to have been. I'm not a debunker, so I'm out of that argument. But I do live in an area that's very old. I live in Northumberland in the UK, so which is it's the most northern English county. We're only 20 miles from the Scottish border, and we have more castles than any other county in England. Blah blah blah. So it's a very old area. It's a very old town. So I mean, I've been poorly recently. I'm still dealing with it. So, but eventually I do want to get out, not necessarily to investigate. I am not going to go out and pretend to be an investigator. But I would like to get out to these locations and show them and show the history. And if something happens, but all I will be taking is a camera and hopefully good audio. The only other thing, and this is a quirk of mine, is I'd quite like to take just for shits and giggles. I'd like to take a Polaroid with me, Polaroid camera, and just snapshots. So I'm trying to think. There are one or two locations here that I would like to go in terms of the paranormal side. I've exchanged one or two emails with Mythos, gave him some locations because he's just a bit further south than me. And he has come up into my county to do investigations. The new Biggin one, the ghost on the bike, that one. And he did one a while ago called Winter Gibbet, which it's only about 3 or 4 miles from me, up in the hills. I don't know how he went up there in the middle of the night on his own. But a lot of the places here would be outside. But yeah, there's up near the border. There's a place called Flodden Field, which is an old battlefield. There are castles that are ruined, so you don't have to pay to get in. Everybody goes to Chillingham when they come here. Chillingham's 10 miles from me. And I keep saying, oh, you know, there's so many other locations you could go to for free. For free. Sorry, that's me waffling. I'm sure I pissed everyone I stayed in that hotel that night while allowed to sing. I did wonder that. I thought it was the people upstairs trying to sleep, and you know, all they can hear is this.
Don't stop believing what is
Like what? Walking around the upstairs, pointing the camera. At least didn't bump into anybody. Do you have to enable accept gift? I believe you do. Well, you don't have to. I've never hit something like that, but I think there is a setting that you can check. Sega can't wait for your paranormal quest new investigations. I always feel like Sega's yelling out at me. That's how good he is. That rage coming through the screen. Oh, actually, yes. I don't know if Seg's still in here. Did Seg get his luggage back? Oh, I thought your singing was lovely, Seg. You're always loud, Seg. It's part of your charm. Don't encourage him. Phil's off from today, but he's had so many night shifts. He can't make it tonight. He's just wiped out. And I never nag. Oh, you got your luggage back. Awesome. So piss someone else. That's accident. Two-ply paranormal orgasm for all. How far behind am I? Oh my goodness! I'm blaming Seg for this. Sarah's merch rocks. Wearing my tea now. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Yeah, just for new people in. I'm not plugging the merch. I'm not doing a Seg here. Bye merch. Plus, I need to put some new stuff out as well. Add to the designs. But I am a professional artist. That's my full-time job. I love I am AI friendly when it comes to YouTube, but all of my merch is my artwork. There's no AI in the merch or anything I sell. I do have an art channel called the Uncanny Academy, which I need to put more stuff on again. I think that's what it's called. Oh yeah, Uncanny Academy. But thank you, Ghostface. Yeah. It's with the Spreadshop, and I've been getting a lot of good feedback on the quality of that. But I keep saying it, but I do want to add a Redbubble option, and for the Australian side of the chat, and an American one. Probably go with Threadless for the American. Actually, you can use Redbubble for the US, just to try and cut out people's shipping costs. So, Big Bang Theory, Kenny stole his own argument. Yeah, see, I know Big Bang Theory. But that would be discussed in your chat. You also need to enable gifts in YouTube. I think the option came up when I clicked on a gift membership icon above the chat. Yeah, yeah, either check your settings or check that, because the only time you can't receive gift memberships if you've got what, because I think Phil has one. Liz, can you remember what it's called? It's if you're a corporate channel. Because I know Phil can gift memberships, but you can't receive them, because that's what his is. A 6-hour disagreement between Seg and Kenny. All I said is Indy accidentally brought them to it. Okay, so Kenny plagiarized it. I know he should know better. He should know better. He's a. I've got a lot of my knowledge from the Big Bang Theory. I can't really have a go at Kenny for that. Plus, he likes Dragonlance, so he gets an automatic pass even when I disagree with him. So, which side was it? Who was on the yes, Indy had it made a difference, and who said they didn't? Crow the chat a little bit. APRFFI. They are. I don't know if the link's gone into the chat, but yeah, I've just answered that. The on here, yes, but I try for the videos to mainly do my own. Beardos is going to be a lot of digital, but if you look at my channel, you go over to my art channel, you can see my original pieces. I am going to do a video on the art channel about using AI art, because and I never thought I'd say this, but I just think it suits YouTube. It's a digital platform, and I don't have time to do an original piece for every single live stream. I do three to four live streams a week. So, but I won't sell it. If you have a question, put the Q so it stands out. Ooh, thank you. Seg's rage is so satisfying. Yeah, everybody's finding Seg's rage and rants cathartic. Oh, it's almost like actually Crow's a bit like that as well. There's something about them ranting. It's almost like ASMR. You know, I suppose we all have our own way of relaxing, and that would be one of them. I allow my rage to flow through Seg because I rarely get to say what I want when I want. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, thank you, Raven. APRF, guys, if you're not familiar with APRF, they're a new British paranormal channel. To get a sense, actually Crow did a reaction to them a week or so ago, so there's a reaction on Crow's channel, and their most recent video is called Knowlton Church, and it just gives you a sense of what they do, how they do it. And also, if you go into their channel, onto their main page, two along from the most recent one. There's 2 videos ago. It's a little boy it's a cartoon of a little boy in a baseball cap. It gives you really good overview as to what the channel's like, and they are also lovely, lovely people. They're looking to go live soon. I thought I'd already subscribed. Yeah, if you are newly subscribed to them, YouTube has a very bad habit, and I found it when I've subbed to people. If the first time you subscribe to somebody, you go back, to have a look, and suddenly the sub's gone. So double check. Every castle is haunted. Yeah, everywhere's haunted. Everywhere. Yeah, I have my own feelings about Chillingham, and when you're paying a lot of money, it's very much set up, not for people to go and do investigations, but because of the way I'm very shady on the history, because it's been a while since I've been to Chillingham, but I don't think it's the current person who has it. I think it's father or grandfather went all around the world, if I remember rightly, and travelling. So if you go to Chillingham Castle, you don't often see it in the investigations, because obviously they're often in the dark. But there's some really weird artifacts there that have been collected from all over the world. So it's been done because of the family who own it. It's not being done thinking, it's not my haunted hotel, we'll throw all this stuff in here to make it look spooky. But it does add to the ambience of it. But as a local, I don't think you can do investigations there, because they do their own ghost tours, so I don't think they'd do it. But as a local, I hear a lot more local stories, because it has apartments in it where people who work there can live. And the one I hear the most stories about is Bamburgh Castle. They all have folklore and legends and stuff, but the one I hear the most about is Bamburgh. I rarely hear stories about Chillingham. Doesn't mean they're not. It's not, by the way. I'm not going to go at Chillingham Castle, because I don't want them to hunt me down. I'm too close. Subtway up. Awesome, Jamie. Thank you. My pizza vanished. Oh no! It's like my coffee has evaporated. We've got vanishing food and drink tonight. I live in an old area of Lincolnshire, Viking history, Old English history, Henry the VIII, which is Lincolnshire is a bit like Northumberland. And I think in both cases it's because they're both so rural. I love Lincoln itself, the city. It's got an amazing cathedral. It's one of my favourite cathedrals in there, actually. So I can very much imagine Lincolnshire having loads of stories. Punky Bee, no problem. You take care, hon. Have a good night. Big Ben Urban Explorations. Hello, how are we doing? It's just gone. Don't know what happened. Oh no! Is it in the tummy portal, Raven? Just gotta love him. Seg. Up Widow. Yes, thank you. Much appreciated the raid tonight, Seg. I drank a whole soda. Oh, hang on, sorry, that didn't click. I drank a whole soda and gaslit myself because I convinced myself I didn't. I randomly got a good. I'm not even in the chat. From lives. Yeah, I've had it. It used to be that YouTube would prioritize chats. They're getting a bit better at that again. Or you would have to, even if you just dropped in and said hello, a bit like I do sometimes, and came out again. I've had memberships where I haven't even been in the live. Woken up to the email. Am I that far behind again? Yes, I am. Still 10 minutes. Took 3. At least he got it. At least he got it finally. Seg yells even when he sings. Sheila, Sheila. Hello, sweetness. I still need to respond to you on messages. Sarah is Seg level behind the chat. Yeah, but we can blame Seg for that. For the bestest of reasons, but we can blame Seg for that. Ooh, Raggedy Ann doll coming soon. Oh, amazing. I'm even as a kid I never played with dolls. But do you know who it is? It's Stormy After Dark. If you know Stormy, she's got an amazing collection of horror dolls. And I am tempted to start. I mean, I'm a collector. If I was on camera tonight, you would see the Funko Pops and Bantha and all the stuff behind me. I would actually love some of those horror dolls. A Raggedy Ann doll sounds awesome. The other doll I want, but I think I'm going to have to make it because I don't think they sell it, is I've got a Funko Pop of Nandor, but if you watch What We Do in the Shadows, the Nadia doll, I would love a Nadia doll. I love that doll. But I think I'd have to make it myself. I'm really glad to see you doing your own tarot, Sarah. They are blank cards, but they're probably a pain to draw on. Ganja Mama, I've actually, if anybody in the chat doesn't know, I'm actually designing a set of tarot cards because I love tarot card design. And I've just done the Fool. The Fool is in, picture of the Fool is in my, oh crap, what do you call it? Community posts. But Ganja Mama, I think I've only done a little bit of research on this, but I have seen a site that will print them, which I didn't think was going to be feasible. So if I found one site that quickly, I'm thinking it might actually be possible to actually get the whole set done up once they're done, which will take ages. But I would actually love to be able to have my own set with my artwork on it. It'd be nice to be able to offer it to other people as well. Actually, I can probably bring up the first one. Just bring the picture up, so you can see it. Just finding it. There we go. Give me a sec. Sorry, I am here. I'm clicking all the wrong buttons. Share screen. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that, but yeah, that's the first one. So I've always wanted to do it, but there are 78 tarot cards, so it'll be done over time. But having the channels is a good excuse to actually do them. Did Green Tone give me a membership? Absolutely. Green Tone dropped a ton of memberships, Dawson. So yes, it was Green Tone. Catherine, a lovely Catherine. How are we doing? Cat spell. Does it? It delivers everywhere. The current site. So, but obviously you're paying for shipping. If I know that Cassie of Weeping Willow Paranormal sort of said that she orders a lot from Redbubble. So I am going to put once I've done the new designs as well, I'll put everything on both Redbubble and Threadless. And obviously everything on Spreadshirt, so people can sort of pick and choose. So if you don't want to be paying massive shipping, the only thing I would say about Spreadshirt, the one that's currently on them that I use, is they are very quick. I'm not getting any messages of things taking so long. Crow in the chat. Kenny said Indy was pointless. How rude! How rude! Kenny debunking Indiana Jones. I bet he's watched it a fair few times though. Night night everyone. It is the in the UK. That's where I am. Thank you, Lee. Sorry, I hope my kettle's not. Thanks for dropping in, Dawson. If you're still here, you might not be because I'm behind. A good rant is good for you. Yeah, that's often when I get behind the chat, actually. Seg's rant about Beauty and the Beast was hilarious. You rant about Beauty? What was he ranting about Beauty and the Beast for? Everyone ranting about the cartoon one. They haven't done a remake of that, have they? Crow in the chat, Jimmy in the chat. If you're still here, because... Hello, Jimmy, sweetie. No, Catherine Gatswell, no. So for the first time tonight, you can have one of these. Just get rid of the picture. Sarah does not like white chocolate. Ever. Just give me a sec. Crow in the chat. Lincoln is a nice city. The cathedral's a nice town. Yeah. It is a nice little cathedral there. Crow in the chat time. Yeah. Where's my little button for that? There we go.
Crow in the chat. I love it.
Crow in the chat. I know, sorry guys, I know I'm not usually this far behind. So catching up a bit. I think any place that's haunted years old, lived there in the walls, yeah. You also get a lot of stories that build up around it. That's why I love the research side and the history side, and you get a team like APRF that will look at those and also look to see if there's any credibility in that using modern methods. Wayne in the house. Hello, sweetie. AV Stevie in the house. Member for 6 months. You legend, AV Stevie. Thank you so much. Hang on. I've got Phil in my head saying, you know what that means, Sarah? Except I've lost him. Where's Jamie? There he is. Ooh, oh my god. Oh, vanilla ice cream. Yummy. I've got no ice cream in the freezer. Still can't believe that woman had cheat sheets on the back of her card. Oh. My friend would be so pissed that she's been doing guitar readings for a long time. What is this telling her what they are? Because I mean I can't remember all. There's 78 cards. But I don't I mean I don't read tarot cards anymore. I did this when I was younger. Yeah, 78 cards. Major and minor arcana here. There's 22 major arcana. And then there's 4 suits. So you've got aces and court cards and then the number cards. I love knowing that channels Seg makes videos about actually catch wind of it and watch the video. Just imagine them sitting there while Seg blasts their content with Segness. They heartwarming. I know, they love it. They love it. Thank you, Dana. I think Seg needs an exorcism. No! I'm sorry if I'm missing comments. I'm trying to get down to the bottom of the chat, guys. Blame Seg. So I am crying the chat tonight. Sarah blew a kettle top. Yeah, kettles. I need coffee, Catherine. I need coffee. Jimmy, sorry, I am crying the chat, but you are still here. What a silly reason to hate someone. What was that? Oh, from secondhand stuff. Secondhand stores. Ooh. Nothing wrong with that. What's Crow in the chat? Oh, it's Crow of Judas. We've had this on my channel for a while. Crow of Judas has a habit of saying, "Oh, guys, I'm so far behind in the chat. I'm just gonna scroll down to the bottom." We call it Crow in the chat, and it's become a thing on this channel. Crow in the chat means basically what I'm doing. Oh, I'm so far behind in chat. I'm gonna have to scroll down, guys. You'll hear other channels say it as well. Crow in the chat. Can you do a strongly worded letter to Morrison's to stock their own brand dark chocolate digestives too, please? Do they do their own brand dark chocolate? Because I've literally got next to me their milk chocolate ones. And yes, they are a bit bland, but they're a hell of a lot cheaper than McVitie's. And I love McVitie's, but it's stupid money. Crow in the chat, crow in the chat, crow in the chat. I'm hoping I'm not missing anybody. If you're in the chat and I haven't said hello, can you please show me the puppets being thrown off the ship? I missed it. Yeah, you can see. Plank. So is the Queen of the Arts. Hang on. Where's Crow? Probably at McDonald's now, Crow. Crow in the chat is skipping the chat to catch up like Crow of Judas. Yeah. Heading out. Have a good night. Thank you for being here, John. I'm sorry if I've missed any of your chats, darling. My friend has been doing tarot readings, so he should be pissed because people doing that about make her look bad. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a believer in tarot cards in terms of they tell you the fortune or anything like that, but they are a good tool for actually getting your head right around stuff. Actually, it's the only time I do them. Sometimes I'll just do them. I don't tend to advertise that I do them. Not that I'm ashamed that I can read them. I've learned to read them when I was a teenager. But people, oh, can you read my cards? I don't know. Some tarot cards have come with a point breakdown on the back. They are designed for those of us who have either new or memory like a sieve. Yeah, I mean, I can, even after all these years, I can remember what most cards mean. But it's mainly the number cards with me. You know, what does the Six of Wands stand for? I can't remember. And memory like a sieve too. Oh, I've got crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, did I confuse everybody with the crow in the chat button? I have just crowed the chat spectacularly. I'm now at the bottom of the chat. I'm awesome. Sagging is being behind the chat and having to crow the chat. Yeah, sagging is if you're really, really, really behind. Crow in the chat is when you say, I'm behind on chat, guys. I'm just going to have to scroll to the bottom. Sorry if I miss it, which is what I do. And we sometimes use Joe in the chat, so you're ignoring chat entirely. That's Joe Vitale. But Crow in the chat's caught on. You will hear other people say it. She says tarot cards help with self-reflection, not to read the future or tell people to do, not to self-count. 100%. That is my feeling as well, Cree. It's they're a good way of getting your thoughts in order, or helping somebody get their thoughts in order. I know that sometimes psychics try and solve cards. They use tarot cards as well. Oh my god. If you say Crow in the chat louder and with some frustration, it becomes Seg in the chat. Oh, I've got to put more aggravation into it, have I? I'm Crow in the chat, guys, and that becomes Segging the chat. Good to know. Sarah memory is just fine. Lack of white chocolate. Well, if white chocolate helps with your memory, that's why I can never remember anything, because I never ever eat white chocolate. Ever, ever, ever. The tarot card reader in Beardo's video was so bad. That's the other thing, actually, is because I do know how to read them. That's the sort of thing I could actually do as a reaction video, because I do know the mechanics of reading them. If I see them used in a video, Sam and Colby did a tarot card, and I'm looking at it thinking, this person know what they're doing. You know, at least have the mechanics of it if you're going to do it. So if you're going to get filmed doing it. Blanky hellos. I have been doing. I actually. I don't always catch Jeff's live because it's after midnight for me. And I actually caught Jeff's live this week, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to stay awake for it, so I actually literally went in and said Blanky hello. So now I've got a while to go before I can actually have a go at Jeff for doing his Blanky hellos. I'm doing them more and more myself. Got into 3 course. I haven't actually seen that one of Beardo's videos. Oh, started it. Haven't finished it. On my massive watch list. No. Oh, actually, I'll have to make sure I finish it. Do you believe in psychics though? Generally, no. Depends what you mean by psychic, actually. I really don't think people can tell the future. I do believe in the paranormal, by the way. I've had loads of experiences myself. I believe in the paranormal in the true sense of the word. It's unexplained. I don't believe everything's a spirit or a dead person or anything like that. I do believe that people are sensitive in terms of, I mean, I myself, I've sometimes with both people and locations, I can get I call it my spider sense tingling. And I do know, I have had 1 or 2 people that I know have been a little bit close to being on the mark in terms of things, but in terms of psychics, the worst one for taking advantage of people, I think. I'm not saying true. If somebody is truly psychic, I'm just saying, you know, the fakes out there. And when it starts getting involved with things like investigations, etc. No. Yeah. Oh, it's just, and it's a bit like the, you know, for me, all right, you know, we're a debunking community, and I'm going to be behind on the chat again, guys. Sorry. We're a debunking community, and we're there to sort of expose the fakes and etc. But the you know, the ITC channels, the ones that, you know, somebody dies and within 24 hours they've had spirit box sessions with them and stuff. I actually swear that some of those sites will have people ready to go. There's if you work in newspaper or in TV news, some of the bigger celebrities, members of the royal family, etc., they actually have segments ready for when somebody passes away, obituaries, etc. And I reckon some of these people are doing that. I hate it. I hate it. For the really naughty people in chat, they get a drop bear. As I'm a good boy, I don't get them. You've had more drop bears than anybody, Wayne. Anybody. You are the king of the drop bears. I've been doing a lot of blankie hellos lately. Yeah, that's pretty much been me, Raven. Just don't sleep ever. Sleep. I am sleeping way too much at the minute. Can't believe that woman is praying. And there are examples. I don't know if it was in Crow's reaction video. In somebody's reaction video, there were examples of this one classic example of somebody missing child, which was a teenager, and the psychic sort of saying, "Oh yeah, she's passed on, blah blah blah. This is what happened," and the kid turned up alive. I just, no. Psychic says visit practice. Hang on, sorry, didn't click on that. Can't predict the future, so psychic means past, present, and future. We'd say possible. Yeah, I have. I'm saying that I'm going to be putting my own experiences on the channel, because if I expect other people to do it, I should be putting my own out there. My weirdest experience is, which I'm frightened of actually putting out there because of the subject matter, but because in the UK it's a sensitive subject, but I will do it. But it kind of involves me having a really, really bad feeling. And this is just in the space of 5 or 10 minutes, by the way, if that. But having a really bad feeling, a series of events happening, and then later in the day something major happens that links to it all. But when I had those bad feelings, I didn't think, oh, I've had a premonition or anything like that. I didn't even put it all together until later in the day that there was a possibility of a connection. So yeah, it's. I think that's the other problem with psychics. People say, "Oh, I can see the future." They think people can see the future, etc., and it's more complex than that. So I 100% agree with Dana. Some people want direct answers for the future. It doesn't work that way. Have lotto numbers instead of sitting around doing readings all day. Exactly. Jethro! Watching for a bit, have to go. Thank you, my favourite lurky turkey. Thank you, Jethro. Like obituaries, yeah. My ex's mum passed away and we did never get the chance to get along. If someone said she was coming through and wanted to make up, I'd call BS. Yeah. It's just such a stock. It's a bit, to be honest with you. I mentioned tarot cards earlier. Tarot cards have general meanings. So what you'll often find is somebody will that's the other thing you can tell online. You can tell they're just basically reciting what a book will tell you the card means, rather than using any intuition with it. So yeah, and when people have done the videos on these fake psychics, that's kind of what they're saying. It's like cold readings and etc. And they're using skills and all. It's like, does anybody know anybody whose name starts with a J or an M or they want you to know they're all right. Okay. Pre-cryptic statements are very common. They had one ready for if Apollo 11 did. Yeah, they do. Because it's in a newsroom, they've got to have stuff out as soon as possible. So at least if they've got a draft of an obituary ready. I mean, they'll have them, for example, in this country, they'll have them for the royal family. They do have them for the royal family. Lady Diana, yeah. She is another subject. The last thing I said before she died was Mum in a really surprised voice. Her mother was a nasty woman she didn't like yet. There is a lady who reads a crystal ball above what she can see. She gives most of the money to animals to help them. At least the money's going somewhere good. Even the most experienced psychics and mediums can misinterpret information easily. As my mentor always says, it's like playing telephone charades and all at once. I prefer evidential mediumship. Yeah, because you don't get. It's not like you're getting a script to say, "Oh, well, this, and this happened." It's like you say, interpretations. Is a good way of putting it. We have to give 8 to 10 very specific pieces of evidence before we can deliver a message. Is there any person with her at the time? What rabbit hole might be a fallen down candle? Oh, that was clickbait on my part. To be honest with you guys, so much. There's a load of drama again. So, and you know, oh, the debunking community is so bad. Those awful debunkers, those awful channels. Yeah. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Do you know what I mean? I've got no time for it. I was gonna put a vlog out, and I thought every month or two I'm putting a vlog out saying no, the debunkers are great. No, debunking community is awesome. It's like rinse and repeat. We know we're awesome. You know, if you don't think we're awesome, don't watch. Proving or debunking physics or the paranormal is not possible because they're both falsifiable. Debunking BS is, however, very possible. Exactly. I've always said, I've always been of the mind that sorry, I've just done something on there and I've lost my track. Yeah, you debunk where I think debunking is important, and I'm a believer in the paranormal. You debunk things whether you're debunking a video or whether you're debunking when you're on an investigation. If you remove all the stuff you can explain, then you can start looking at the stuff that you can't. All the BS gets out of the way, and you can concentrate on where you really want the answers to start coming from as to what's going on. Sorry, I'm losing. Those apps are absolute nonsense. Yeah. Absolute nonsense. That's my opinion anyway. I know some people do still. And that's fine, and I know some real investigators who still use them, and they use them responsibly. They use them as an extra piece of equipment. But I mean, you know, that's why I enjoyed Steg's investigation of the hotel, and yeah, just the other thing is with the Believe in Me project, where I'm collecting people's stories. I say I haven't been on an official investigation. I will not go on one of these guided tour ghost hunts because, yeah, no, not happening. But I've had a ton of potentially paranormal experiences myself, and all of it experienced with my eyes and my ears. So, you know, I'm afraid that you just, in my opinion, and it won't be a popular opinion with some people, but in my opinion, if you're going to hear something, your microphone's going to pick it up. You don't need a spirit box or an app to do it. Sorry, I'm just checking chat. I actually enjoy the apps, like seeing some of those teams trying to twist themselves in knots to fit the narrative they're trying to put out there. I know it's. I mean, that's why I'm not talking about the real investigation. Well, a little bit the real investigations. I kind of get why people use them to as an extra element to the video, because not everybody wants to just. Not everybody is seg and can walk around and talk the hind legs off the chat or the audience. But certainly the actual fake channels, yeah, it's done to push the narrative forward. And yet twisted themselves in not so good way of putting it, Craig, because sometimes it's so tortured the way, blue. Oh, they said blue. Yeah, the front door was blue. I prefer debunking going in with just a camera, an audio recorder, and no info on the place. Just do a walkthrough, then use regular investigative skills and check the walkthrough info at the end. Yeah, that's the way I'd do it. It's just with a camera and audio recorder, and just for my own shits and giggles. By the way, a Polaroid, just because I can show that developing on screen. I do. More people are doing it again. Actually, the more people are doing the walkthrough beforehand. I like those. That didn't seem to happen for a while. I do like the walkthroughs. And info at the end. I'm not fussed one way or the other whether there's people know about what they're going into or not. I like both ways, actually. I do think that it's handy if people are going in without knowing the place, and then you're not being influenced by knowing what the history or the legends are. But at the same time, I am probably of the school that would actually do a deep dive into it beforehand just to get the history. I don't think there's a right or wrong way. I think both ways are valid and both ways are understandable. I just think it's the preference. Right, am I yeah, I am. Sorry peeps, I think I had an internet glitch there. So I've literally crowed the chat down to the bottom. We're talking about. So I now don't know what anybody's talking about. Sorry. I've got StreamYard on my phone with. I haven't bookmarked it, but I am logged in. So if it goes down, it just seemed to stop for the moment. I mean, the router's next to me. It does look as though it's on, but it did seem to freeze. So sorry about that, guys. Night Pomp. I don't think I'm going to be on much longer, actually. I'm really tired tonight, so I think we'll give it a short stream tonight. She's back! That was weird. That was absolutely weird. I've also got something happening at the moment, and I don't know whether it's the laptop or whether it's YouTube doing it. Is anybody else watching videos, or especially when it's live streams, where the sound... Wiz, if you're still in the chat, can you explain why this is happening on my laptop, actually? There's a slight... I thought it was a channel, it was one particular live, but it's happening on everything I'm watching, where the voice and the visual isn't in sync. And it's driving me mad. It's driving me absolutely mad. Jimmy, you still here, sweetie? Hello? Don't start talking pizza. I had to refresh my page if anyone wasn't seeing Sarah yet. Yeah, gremlins, blame the gremlins. That was weird. I got worried because I saw my chat numbers just plummet. I thought, oh, am I offline? I've never had a doner kebab pizza. Don't think we get them here. Does any UK peeps get doner kebab pizzas? Sounds like GPU might be going out on your laptop. Yeah, is this connected with to I'm not on camera yet because it's not syncing. I'm gonna have to check my drivers or use another laptop for live streams because yeah, it must be because it's happening on everybody's blooming channel. And it's really annoying. It's like watching It's like watching Justin. You know when Justin's sound goes out, but it's doing it to everybody. Let's blame Justin. He's infected my laptop with that bad lip syncing. We feared the worst. Oh no. It's built in, sweetie. Oh, it means I've got to do technical stuff, and no. I don't want to do technical stuff. I'm an artist. I'm in an art department. Kebab is on a stick or a metal stick. Doner is almost like a soft tortilla shell rolled like a submarine. Oh, is that the difference? You think I'd know? 6 years living in London, you'd think I'd know. Oh. Hubby and I will be making breakfast pizza for dinner tomorrow, and he thanks you all. Ooh, breakfast pizza. As long as it's hot. Make sure it's hot. Your computer needs no change. What I need is a separate computer for the internet. I'm actually thinking of getting out one of the old ones, literally just for live streams, and just have nothing else running on it, because it ain't the internet. Because I've got Speedy Gonzales fiber optic broadband now, so I know it's the laptop. It's because I bought this laptop for all of my editing software. So it's a very clogged up laptop. I have that happening when I watch the live and sound not together. It's the first time I've actually had that. I get occasionally on an individual's live stream, but it's just I watched, which video did I watch earlier? Oh, Mythos put a new members video out, and I was watching that, and I thought, well, this can't be Mythos's fault. He wouldn't do something that's because he's so good at editing. It's obviously not an issue with him. So then I noticed it was just doing that and everything. Ghost Cat's going night. Ghost Cats, thank you for being here, sweetie. I've got half a cheese and bacon quiche in them. Oh, quiche. Do you know when I fell ill in December, when I ended up in hospital and everything and sort of came back, I lived on quiche, and I do like quiche. I don't have it that often, but it just seemed to be my go-to thing because my appetite was down. So I just got into the habit of eating quiche all the time. I like it cold and hot, actually. Cheese and bacon, yummy. Do the British have a different name for pizza? No, it's pizza. Raven keeps having doner kebab pizzas, and I'd never heard of that till Raven mentioned it. It's 4:45. Yeah, is it 4:45? Yes, it is 4:45. I'm allergic to eggs. Oh, that must be one of those really inconvenient allergies, because there's egg in a lot of stuff. Pizza. Okay, I'm an idiot. Don't listen to anything I say. What did you say, Josh? No, it's fine. No, we don't. No, Raven Sweden. She loves a doner kebab pizzas. I'd never heard of a doner kebab pizza until because a doner kebab is something separate. I still haven't quite got my head wrapped around what it is, to be honest. Because not the brightest button in the box. That has to suck. I love eggs. I made breakfast for dinner last night. I eat eggs all the time. I don't tend to eat breakfast. So if I do a cooked breakfast, you know, traditional fry up of eggs, bacon, sausage, beans, tomato, mushrooms, if I can be bothered, fried potatoes, I do it for dinner. It's actually one of our meals that we sometimes have for dinner. Nothing what we're doing at dinner breakfast. What's a bobby? A bobby is British word for slang for a policeman. Bobby on the beat. Oh no, eggy bread. I call it French toast eggy bread. That's since I was a kid. Love eggy bread. That's one of my go-to. Actually, if I do have breakfast, that's one of the things I'm most likely to have. I swear I'm cultured. I swear I'm not Joshua. Don't be fooled by where I live. You know, with all the castles and posh people around. I'm a nerd, complete fangirl. Quiche is amazing. We tried it for the first time a few weeks ago. I really like it, and it is a good. Like I say, when I was poorly and I really was struggling to, I couldn't cook or anything, so I was actually getting quiches in and just having quiche and coleslaw and salad, and sometimes I'd eat it up and sometimes I didn't. What is breakfast? This is what I usually have for supper. Do you put cinnamon on your eggy bread? No, I don't put cinnamon on. I have two different types of eggy bread. I have just eggy bread with tomato ketchup, or if I'm feeling feisty, I'll sometimes put a tiny, not much, but I'll put a tiny little bit of sugar in the egg mix, and have it with honey. I have the sweet eggy bread. So a cop named Bobby would be Bobby the Bobby. Yeah, that's exactly it. Bobby's on the beat with all the other Bobbies. I don't know where that came from, actually. The sun might wipe out all technology. We'd all be in trouble, wouldn't we? Oh no, I can't get online. I might try cinnamon on me. Oh, nutmeg. No, nutmeg. Bit of nutmeg in there, yeah. Raven put salts on. Salt. Hubby and I bacon, egg, and green chili. Oh, they sound good. Chili relleno burritos. One of the ingredients is scrambled eggs, omelets. We eat eggs a lot. I buy 230 packs every 2 weeks. I love omelets as well, actually. Omelets are a really good way of using stuff up that's in the fridge if you've got stuff that needs eating up, like bacon and onions and tomatoes, and if you've got any bits of ham or whatever. Hope you're feeling better. I'm getting there. They did finally diagnose me, and I've got COPD. And the inhalers I've now got are kind of working. Hay fever's giving me jip, though. I can smell the pollen when I walk outside. Oh, it's awful already. We're only in May. What month are we in? We are in May, aren't we? Now we are on food. We're always on food, Catherine. We're always on food. Wayne says, and two officers called Bobby would be bobbing around. Thanks, Wayne. Bobby cubed. I don't know why they're called Bobbies, actually. Don't tend to use it much anymore, actually. Raven, eat it with strawberry jam. What, eggy bread? So do I. Welcome to the COPD club. Yeah, it sucks. I'm the worst patient ever. I have no patience with being poorly, and it's really slowed me right down at the minute. And I'm having to remember to take stuff, you know. I've got to remember to take me inhalers, and who has time for that? So, but it is what it is. Got to put up with it, right? They're called Bobbies after the guy who founded your. Oh, is that right? Caroline coming in with the knowledge. They say the moon is a big ship and not a planet. I've seen Space 1999. They drove it all over the place. Oh no, Louise, really? COPD sucks. So tired to hear that. Yeah. The inhaler. They didn't diagnose me for 3 months, so that's why it's been a long road to getting it sorted. But the first inhalers didn't. They gave me powder inhalers, and they just weren't working at all. But I got new ones last week or the week before, and they are slowly starting to make an effect now. Nobody thought to ask why they're called Bobbies. I just don't tend to use the term anymore. Just no, just when it's part of the culture language, you don't. Well, I don't think about it. Nothing wrong with the fry up of leftovers and Bubble and Squeak. Yum. I'm going to let Wayne answer that, Cree, what Bubble and Squeak is. My answer to Bubble and Squeak is it tends to be mashed potato and cabbage and Brussels sprouts left over and just fried up. But I know some people put extra bits in it. So basically, if you've got mashed potato or potato left over, fry them up. I'm waiting for a date for musculoskeletal examination now, apparently. I'll hear by Independence Day. Oh, that's a couple of months away? Oh, fingers crossed for you, sweetie. It comes from Robert Peel, who went by the name Bob. Now, I haven't heard peelers, but Bob, is it more Victorian there? Because we don't tend to use it anymore, so yeah. Thank you, Chris and Caroline. I didn't know. I did not know. Usually mashed potato, cabbage, and anything else lying around. Fried and mixed in a pan. Yeah, the fried and mixed in a pan. Yeah. Anyone know what beer dogs are? No. I looked it up. Yeah, that's what Google's for. That's how we get our knowledge these days. We Google it. Never heard of beer dogs. I'm not arguing that they exist. I've just not heard of them. Fantastic, like you. I just want to get to the bottom of what all of it was wrong. Maybe physio and X-rays. I don't know. It's I mean, yeah, it sucks that I've been diagnosed, but I mean, I fell ill at the beginning of December. Ended up in hospital in the middle of December. Went for tests at the end of January. All this time, I can't breathe. They never did anything. Eventually, in March, I actually contacted my doctor and says, "Look, what's going on? I haven't been diagnosed or had any medication." And my doctor was actually amazing and just got everything sped up to the point where I can't cope with it now because I keep getting appointments and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, it's the not knowing. There's a weird sort of even when it's something like COPD that you don't get rid of. There's no cure for it. Just being able to deal with it. Oh, potato cakes. Oh, Queen, how you talking? Oh, hot dogs cooked in lager. I only eat a hot dog since I did the taste test of the hot dog with mayo on. But that could be something I'm going to look up and challenge Crow to getting back. All right, Wayne. It is 4 o'clock in the morning here. Sweet dreams, sweetie. I can't have mayo either. No, you won't be able to have mayo, sweetie. Look, I mean, I love mayo, but not on hot dogs ever again. All I know is if it's severe osteoarthritis, like they said, I'm in pain, irritating, time with extra. If it's osteoarthritis, Louise, I have rheumatoid. Which isn't unless mine's quite mild, my arthritis. I've got it in my 30s because I broke my foot. Didn't know I'd broken it. But my arthritis is I can't complain about my arthritis. But with rheumatoid arthritis, it doesn't tend to be all the time. It tends to be when it flares up because it's the blood. But osteoarthritis, yeah, you need that sorting out so they can, because there is certain things they can actually do for that to sort of help you. It's kind of the battle I've had with the COPD is fighting to get the right inhalers to try and get me so I can function in my life again. But yeah, so I hope that all works out, sweetie. Because yeah, when you're not being helped, you know, it's like when I got nothing for 3 months, and from day one I couldn't. As soon as the problem hit me at the beginning of December, I was struggling with breathing, and I'm not used to that. You know, don't have asthma or anything. So yeah, I really hope you get that sorted. Thank you, Joshua. You can have a gold star for that. It should be against the law. I will tell Crow that. Fibromyalgia diagnosis. I wouldn't dare. I would. Outlaw mayo on hot dogs. So my dad has COPD and he's on a respirator now. That's my challenge now, is to, because I've got early onset COPD. It's a problem, but COPD you can't cure, but you can manage. It will be my own fault if it gets to that stage. So I am really trying to be better life-wise. I do smoke. I've cut right down. I am looking to quit entirely. That's my first goal. So, and I've also been looking at diet, etc., to sort of help. But yeah. Finding out you're allergic to eggs had to have really changed what you eat. That shit is hard. Yeah. No one goes sick. When I was young, no one in hospitals. Now so many people in the hospital. I haven't been in hospital, you know, overnight stays or anything. I was in for 3 days when, as an emergency with the breathing. They only kicked me out because it was Friday night and, make way for the drunk tank. But I haven't been in hospital for a stay since I was 12. When I had my appendix out. I mean, I've had tests and stuff in hospital, but yeah. Outlaw hot dogs. I like hot dogs, I did. But I'm very British when it comes to hot dogs. Fried onions and ketchup. And I do love me chili dogs. But I actually prefer chili dogs on proper sausages rather than hot dogs. I'll see. Actually, it's funny, Creed, because when I was, from me being diagnosed, and I sort of talked about it, it's surprising how many people, to me, it was surprising how many people have said the same thing. Look up nipples with Venus, it's a dessert. Ooh. Even if it has eggs in it and is cooked, I can get a very upset stomach. Can't eat scrambled and French toast. Oh no. Yeah. My problem is, if I'm honest, Pam, I can't vape. I can't stand vaping. I did a few years ago get onto electric cigarettes, which were I was actually pretty good on that. I really fell back into the real ones. So I may try and get hold of some electric cigarettes, but vaping, no, it doesn't work for me. It makes me cough more than anything. Yeah, I mean, I would never be one of those ones that when I quit say, oh, electric people, but yeah. I mean, now having the COPD, I've got to quit. My vape has helped me a great deal. Cigarettes have tar, vape doesn't. The doctors here are good with it. Yeah, they did ask me about sort of doing stuff like that, but I just can't do the vapes. Whereas you can get electric cigarettes that they have a very, just to sort of phase me out, they do have a tiny bit of, no, they don't have tar in. They have a tiny bit of nicotine in to get that flavour. I just want the regular taste. Phantom sense is a very common paranormal experience. I bought a vape once, tried it, and my lips swelled up. Didn't know if it was the flavour, but never touched it again. It's I just cough all the time with a vape. I do buy vapes to try and cut down on the cigarettes. But I buy the disposable ones. I hate the ones with juice. I tried those ages ago, and yeah, you end up getting the juice, the whatever it is, liquid on your lips and stuff. Ugh, yeah. Oh really? Raven says, are you allergic to nuts too? Some vape juices may contain that. Quitting smoking is like trying to run a race with shoes made out of Lego. Yeah. I mean, I wanted to cut right back anyway, because in a couple of years' time I'm going over to the States and I really don't want to worry about where I can and can't smoke. But for health now, COPD really puts the ball in your court, because it's like, you're not going to get better from COPD, but you can manage it. That's the biggest thing that I have to manage with it. So it'd be my own fault with COPD gets worse. Hang on. Dion, hello, sweetie. How are we doing? Oh, my chat's jumping. Hang on. Doesn't vape cause popcorn? I don't know. I mean, I know that vapes have their own issues, but I mean, the ones that I buy are just the fruit ones, disposable. There's nothing in those other than, there's no tar or nicotine or anything in them. IQOS. Don't know. Just remember that when you stop putting tar in your lungs, you will cough a lot. I actually, it was about 10 years ago, I did switch over and sort of 90% to electric cigarettes. And I did it really easily. But the other reason I didn't want to literally go cold turkey on the cigarettes, even if I could, is I just remember how badly I detoxed. I mean, you do detox when you quit smoking. And basically the catarrh and the coughing. So I'm trying to do it gently. Bye, Joshua. Thank you for being here. Greatly appreciated. Thank you. Mariah in the house. Hello. Sorry I'm late. Not a problem. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on because I'm struggling tonight. I wanted to put the kettle on. I'm also exhausted from the amazing seg raid. I was so behind in chat. Oh, cold coffee. Hard candy, you can get sugarless or Dum Dum Pops help you when you're trying to quit smoking because it's more than nicotine you're addicted to. Do you know, Cree, it's funny to say that because that's the other thing I don't like about vapes and why I like the electric cigarettes, because although they're a little bit heavier, the electric cigarettes look like cigarettes. And when I'm vaping, to me it's not the same. It's probably as much hand to mouth movement with me. Than the cigarettes as well. I love my electric kettle. I was talking to somebody the other day and saying that in the UK we all have every house, pretty much 99 point. If you haven't got an electric kettle, you're weird. That's what we use. And I can guarantee you that if anybody moves into a new place, so say if your kid moves out and gets their first flat, the first thing you buy is a kettle. The very first thing is, have you got a kettle? Love it. And because I'm in the bigger room now and I've got my space set up properly for live streaming, instead of drinking out of a flask, I've now got the kettle. Love me kettle, Jimmy. People eat more when they stop smoking. Yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, I'm a grazer anyway, but the only thing I would say with that, I do buy. Actually, my dad did the same thing when he quit smoking years ago. I do buy mint imperials. So just to that sort of hand to mouth movement. But the only thing I would say is, having bits and pieces. Yeah, eat more, but my problem with smoking is the one time, even if I'm being really, really good, the one time I struggle not to have a cigarette is after a meal. So the eating more doesn't quite work that way with me. It's like I can do a long flight, and all those hours in the airport you can't smoke either end, and you can't smoke on the flight, and it doesn't bother me one bit. If I'm somewhere where I can't smoke, it doesn't bother me until I have something to eat. If I could cut right down to just having a cigarette after meals, that'd be awesome. Yeah. What to do with your hands? You see, it's I mean, I've been really good on this live stream. Smoked a lot less than I used to. But if I'm not just on a live stream, if I'm sitting watching YouTube, if I'm sitting on the computer, if I'm sitting on the phone or talking to somebody, over Messenger or Instagram or something, I'm terrible, and I don't even know I'm lighting up. I haven't got a car at the moment, but I know when I was driving, I'll have to be careful when I end up getting another car. But I know when I was driving, I literally had to. Sometimes I didn't notice myself lighting up. That's when it's a problem. It's also very fucking expensive. So, I mean, I would literally, say if somebody phoned me traditionally, on my phone, I would literally look for my phone to answer the phone and look for my cigarettes at the same time. It's stupid because it was habit. I love my kettle. I love my kettle too. Dion, I still have a COPD and it's something I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy because it's devastating to everyday life. I use myself as a COPD poster boy as a reason to quit smoking. Yeah, 100%. I always knew with me that I would only make an effort to quit under this sort of circumstance. So, so sorry, having a hard time, Sarah. Thank you, Mariah. I'll be honest, the weather isn't helping at the minute. I actually, because I get hay fever as well when I can smell the pollen, it is making my breathing worse. But today, I actually waited until about 8 o'clock this evening to walk up into town. And I'm not saying it was easy, but it was a lot cooler. It was so much easier. But the ball's in my court. If I don't want the COPD to get worse, I've got to sort myself out. In Australia, we can only buy vapes at the pharmacy to quit smoking. To be honest, I turned them down, but I may actually go back to the doctors because you can actually get stuff like that quite easily on prescription here, but you can buy it. And the disposable vapes aren't that much money. It's a lot cheaper than smoking. I wish I was happy to vape. It always falls on deaf ears as an ex-smoker. I can understand that no one likes to be told to quit. Yeah, I'm ironically I'm fine with it because it's a health condition. Yeah, you're weird if you haven't got an electric kettle. I ain't giving up coffee. Don't tell me there's a health condition for that. I get you on that. When it says people say it's a simple walk can take me forever some days, especially humid days. Yeah. It's not just me then. I mean, I live in a the walk up to town is very steep, and obviously I haven't got a car at the minute. Bloody bad time to get rid of the car for a bit. And unfortunately, there's seats on the way. I'm literally stopping every few, or at least sitting down at least twice when I'm walking into town. And I mean, I'm 58 years old. I'm not 90. And it's funny because I'm planning this American trip at the moment. It's not for a couple of years, but I'm planning it. And I was actually, a couple of days ago, it was boiling hot. I was literally stopping about every 10, 20 yards. And I'm thinking, I'm planning on this massive month-long trip to the States. I can't even get up to the shops. So, yeah, it is a bit, what's the word? It's a shock to the system when you suddenly can't move around like you could. So the mornings, yeah. Oh yeah. First thing in the morning with a cup of coffee. That's the only time yeah, that's the other thing. It's not just after eating. In fact, first thing in the morning. Actually, another reason why I need to do it for the business anyway, but it's another reason why I'm going back to doing more of my own artwork again, like the tarot cards, because it it what's the word, regulates the smoking if I'm doing artwork. Peppermint creams, oh yeah, especially if it's dark chocolate. Mariah, you need an electric kettle. You need to be part of the electric kettle crew. I can't smoke in next week. I'll be spending the whole week in hospital. See, when I was in hospital, it didn't bother me. Like I say, it's weird because if I'm in a position where I can't smoke, well, also last time I was in hospital it was because I couldn't breathe. So you kind of think, well, that's it. Well, I hope you get through that, sweetie. Really do. Minimizing. Now you see, I'm all for minimizing, but not the kettle. Don't touch me kettle. At work we have 2 hours in breaks, so you have to wait. But at home it's something different. You've had at least 5 since you've been on. Yeah. Which normally in 2 hours wouldn't happen. That's what I mean about certain situations. It's also why I've just boiled the kettle, so coffee instead. Everyone has an electric kettle in Australia too. Absolutely, everybody in the planet should have an electric kettle. It's okay, I'm just donating my other kidney to my brother and having shoulder surgery a few days after that. What? So both on the same visit? Yeah, 100%. I quit the day my father died of lung cancer 5 years on. I'm going strong apart from COPD and heart issues. That is, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't use the regular vapes. That would be much less expensive. Vape juice, yeah, that's the problem. Oh, it's a lot cheaper. But this is the other thing with me. I will go 2 or 3 hours without having a cigarette, and then I'll sit at a computer. Smoking is so different from being narcotic. It is an addiction. It is an addiction. I agree that after I got mine, I was like, why am I just learning about this thing? It's so healthy, being made so many times a day. You need hot water hot enough to melt glass. Doesn't melt glass, Jimmy. But you're boiling it in a furnace. It is different. Yeah, I'm gonna look to see if I can get the electric cigarettes I'm gonna use. They're easier. Can't do the vaping. Right, I quit 30 years ago. Still get cravings. Yeah, I have one in my bedroom, one in my kitchen. Use it all the time. Yeah, I've got one in the kitchen and one here in my bedroom come YouTube studio, you know, my desk with the YouTube stuff on. Yeah. Peppermint. I love spearmint, actually. As well, I love spearmint. Microwave, kettle, sandwich toaster, regular toaster, and omelette maker in my room. Now, don't encourage me because there is space in here to do that. I did used to have a sort of small desktop countertop fridge. I wish we hadn't got rid of it. I could have had that in here. Uh, uh, Congratulations to everyone who's quit or is quitting. It's no shame on smokers. Just congratulations to folks making the change they need to or want to. Yeah, I would never judge anybody for smoking. I never have, because I always, I was always very blatantly honest that it was a choice for me. But I always said that if something came up, that something happened to me where I had to quit, I would be looking to quit, and that's what I'm doing at the moment. I don't, like I say, I can go 2 or 3 hours without even thinking about it. But I probably is about 5 I've had while I've been sitting here. It's because of they're the points that I have to try and cut down on. Like I say, when I was driving, if I was driving, say, I don't know, an hour's, if a longer drive, I would actually, and I knew the route, I would think, right, don't light up again until this point. Otherwise, you do it without thinking. Or also at the moment, because it's the middle of the night, so it's keeping me awake. You can't smoke on the airplane. I actually remember when you could. First time I went over to the States, I was 19, which would have been 1986. You could smoke at the back of the airplane. It's not that long ago. I can't remember when we banned smoking indoors in the UK. It was somewhere in the early 2000s. I can remember smoking on the train. The train used to have smoking carriages. You used to be able to smoke upstairs on the buses. Just moved to candy cigarettes. No. Spearmint. Yeah, thank you, Jimmy. I love spearmint. Actually, I should get some of those because there is a brand of mint here that I really like, and I'm trying to remember what it's called. The chewy mints, but they're gorgeous. The spearmint ones. I can't do the gum. I know. No. I love the small cig-like type e-cig, but mine mini salt neck vape is small and I can use it. It's the hand to mouth I like. Yeah, that's more me. It's because I'm sitting here doing nothing but talking into a microphone. That my hands aren't busy. And I am not somebody whose hand, it's like even if I'm sitting watching TV, I will be drawing or something, Team Spearmint here as well. There you go. I'm no quitter. Yeah, that used to be mine. I must stop smoking as well. Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it, Jimmy? When you're like younger than me. It was going to catch up with me sooner or later. And I blame nobody but myself for it, So, but it is now very much up to me to. I would like to have stopped by the end of the year, and I know that sounds like a long time, but I'm being realistic here, guys. It won't happen overnight. Apart from anything else, stress causes it, helps as well. Oh yeah, cinemas. Yeah. Oh, Jimmy, if I hadn't got, I'll be honest, I'm going to be 100% honest. If I hadn't been diagnosed with COPD, I wouldn't even be thinking about it. Oh, Turkish Delight. Sarah likes Turkish Delight. Fries Turkish Delight, yummy. The candy ones were awesome. They do sometimes sell them, but obviously they don't call them. They just call them candy sticks or something. I don't even remember how life was before smoke. See, it becomes ingrained as part of your life. Do you know what, Caroline? I haven't, and I was offered them because of this, and I really should we've taken them to try them. I should have done. Maybe I'll inquire about it again. For me, it's been too lazy to go downstairs. It's the fact that there are days I just don't want to people. Yeah, that's me too. Noodle bowls. Oh, actually, that's a good idea. I can actually get pot noodles and stuff for up here because I've got the kettle. I'd forgotten you could smoke in cinemas, actually. Yeah, that was a long time ago. I have to keep the hands busy, otherwise I pull hairs out. I'm not bad with... Yeah, it's keeping your mind occupied. Problem with COPD is it can cause many other issues. In my case, my specialist believes it caused me to be hospitalised with cardiomyopathy. It plays havoc with my heart rate. I actually have... Again, not seriously, but I do get heart palpitations. They're controllable because I tend to know what causes them. But I do actually buy I didn't know you could get them for... You can get anything for yourself now, can't you? I think it was Phil that told me you could buy them. The little thing that you put on your finger to monitor the oxygen in your blood, because that's why I was hospitalised. Really low oxygen in the blood. And that the one I just got one of the cheap ones because you can get them more expensive. But as well as the oxygen in the blood, it gives me my heart rate. So I actually do monitor mine to make sure it's not going berserk. I was also given one of the flavoured air inhalers. Oh, look at that. I don't think I've had chewing gum for a long time. I used to like juicy fruit. I used to love the atmosphere in pubs when people could smoke indoors. I've never smoked myself, but it wasn't the point. Do you know, banning smoking in pubs killed it? Here in the UK, I think Louise is UK, so many pubs just went to being part restaurant as well to make up for it. But I remember... I think it's before we went non-smoking indoors. It was just before we went non-smoking. I was over in Ireland. I was in Galway visiting a friend, and they were already non-smoking in pubs. And I remember we were going into one or two pubs in Galway, and in the city of Galway, and every pub we went into, there's like candles everywhere. Lit candles everywhere, scented candles. And I said, why do all the pubs have candles in them? And my friend said, oh, it's because when they didn't realise how much people talk about the smell of smoke, but they said they didn't realise till they weren't allowing smoking in the pubs anymore, just how many smells it covered. And I said, well, so what smells is it covering? He said, and this is their words, he said beer farts. They called them beer farts. It says they realised that once the smoke wasn't in the atmosphere anymore, other smells were coming to the forefront. So what the Irish were doing in Galway, in the Irish pubs, was they were lighting scented candles to try and keep the room a little bit more pleasant to smell. I thought that was hilarious. Cigarettes and tobacco, it's really expensive here. That's the same thing that's been happening here, and it's stupid money, and I can't afford it, to be honest. So it's another reason to cut down. Gunme gave me hiccups. I haven't tried anything that... Oh yeah, they would give them to me if I asked for them. I just keep saying no, but I think I need to try it. COPD, CHF, diabetes and open heart valve with degenerating heart disease. Or because they never caught my heart issue when I was younger, but I don't know. Yeah, you just got to take it on the... Good for you, Cree. Good for you. Do you know something, Jimmy? You have no idea. You know, a pack for $10 would be a dream. Trying to think about the conversion. You're talking more $20 here. Yeah. Tried the patches, didn't work. Yeah, I was mentioning how when I'm say on a flight, it doesn't bother me. 4, 6, 10 hours airports and planes. If I can't smoke at all, I've got no option. I'm usually okay for the most part. And I remember last time I took the students to New York, the tutor I went with used nicotine patches, and he was like, "Well, you got nicotine patches?" I'm like, no, it doesn't bother me if I can't smoke. And yeah, he was using too many and suffering from the effects. Yeah, me too. And also, my doctor as a kid, and he was an amazing doctor. Yeah, he always looked worse than his patients. I'm just trying to work that out. 120. Yeah, it would be over that here actually. Do you know something? That is actually when because when I first smoked when I was a lot younger, I had 2 or 3 a day. That was it. And then when I was in my mid-20s, I came home and I was working on the markets. And then you get bored, right? And it was a lot cheaper then. But the market I was working on every Saturday, the smugglers came round because it was next to the port, and you got packs for nothing. And that's when if that had never happened, I'd probably would have kept smoking, but just on a few a day. That was when I got a lot worse with it. I like juicy fruit. Always reminds me of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. First words he says, juicy fruit. Even raising age, you can buy them, and the price of cigs won't change. People, no, they won't. It won't change. And you even get to a situation, me, I haven't got much money, and yet you'll still go and buy them. People find a way, Polar ice cream. Bubba Bubba. I nearly died from tacos. I don't know what that is. How am I doing for time? I'll take it to 2:30, guys. I love juicy fruit. I did used to like that. Banning smoking in pubs just made it so as non-smokers had to go outside too. If we were socialising with our smoking friends. Do you know what though? That making us go outside. I don't know. Got to know people doing that, because you sort of sit on. You'll talk to each other if you don't. If you like me and you're socially awkward, don't take me to a party and tell me to mingle, because I'd be like, oh my god, I'd be outside. That's what I need cigarettes for. But yeah, you can. It has its plus side for socialising. Yeah, and it's about. Well, it depends which brands you buy, but I'd say between £12 and £15 for a pack of the cigarettes here. So, crying the chat a bit. $20. I'm talking about dollars, Raven. I converted it to dollars. Pay between £12 and £15, depending on what brand you have. Trying to think. About 14, I think, the ones I said. Wisdom. Make it so you have to do 10 push-ups before you can have a cigarette, and see how long it takes you to quit doing push-ups. Yeah. I couldn't do one push-up, so. As if disease lungs on a packet stop many from smoking any more than the age raised to 18 and it doesn't stop people, you know. I travelled once a month to Estonia to buy cartons, 40 from one carton. Yeah, I mean, I suppose if I was travelling still, because, you know, I mean, we're out. Apart from Switzerland, you don't get duty free. You never used to get duty free, but we're out of Europe now, so duty free cigarettes, yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, I can remember it. I'm trying to think. When did I come home? 93. You know, you were talking £5 or £6 a pack at the most. Even that wasn't that long ago. Wish I could quit, but I haven't been able to, and ruffle my COPD and asthma. I still can't stop. Yeah, I mean, I'm being realistic. It's going to take me time. I may make a trip to an international market here soon. €40 for one carton. Are you Euro, Raven? No, euros are more or less the same as pounds. We're pretty bang on. Sorry, crowing the chat a bit. Mike, in the house. Thank you for being here, sweetie. Chat's confusing me, so I'm going to just be ignorant. That's good for 26. Yeah, they are a lot cheaper in the States. I know it probably doesn't feel like it for you guys, but used to cost me 20p on the bus to travel as a kid. I don't even know what it costs to be on the bus now. I'll be honest. But I live rural, so it's not cheap anyway for public transport. Because it's rare. Just going to let Mike O say. No, I think the US is cheaper compared to us. It's a lot cheaper. It's like petrol. It's like gas. Mike O, better late than never, sir. $5 sale. Awesome. I hope you had lots of pennies rolling in. That was awesome, Mike. I've got to get my selling side. Up and running again. Get the pennies in. A day ticket for just one bus company is fine. Yeah. It's Yeah, it can actually cost more than that here. The stupid thing here is because they zone it, you know, you're only talking about short distances and it's like doubles in price. We are grateful for everything. I'm pleased you've had a 5 hours. Oh, that's so good, mate. A spot of tea. I'm drinking tea right now, some green tea. I actually need to get some decaf tea because I am trying to drink a bit more tea again, but ironically, I have to have caffeine-free tea because the caffeine in tea gives me palpitations. Caffeine in coffee doesn't. Work that one out. I also drink caffeine-free Diet Coke because that's the worst one. I can drink coffee all day. Oh, you're counting the cigarettes in the pack. Do you know something, Jimmy? There's a what's the word? There's a irony here. Yeah, they say that they're putting the price of cigarettes up to try and encourage people to stop smoking, and yet, you know, all that lovely tax on cigarettes that they get, they'd soon notice bloody them not getting it in over. Yeah. Oh, I remember when I was in hospital for 3 days in December and I didn't smoke at all, obviously. Yeah, it was frightening how much money I saved. Steph, hello. I just got to see I've been gifted a membership. That will have been Green Tone who gifted the memberships. He dropped a load of memberships on me. Thanks to Seg sending a raid in. So yeah. Tonight that will have been Green Tone. Turmeric tea. I should do that as well, actually. I should go back to having the fruit teas as well. Oh, I'm all talk, aren't I, guys? Honestly. Lucky cigarette now. Ooh. Ow. Back twinged. Put up a lot, yeah. They keep going up. I'm the opposite. Sarah, coffee has an effect. It doesn't on me, and it doesn't stop me sleeping either. I don't know what it is about coffee. I don't know. I don't get the heart palpitations from coffee unless it's Italian. So my treat with Italian coffee is drinking it when I'm in Italy. But I know, but if I do a trip to Italy, by the end of the week, the heart palpitations have started again. Yeah, it is. That's what I mean when you add it up. Ooh, unfiltered Camels. You know what I noted was the thing that kept rising the price of cigarettes as well as the tax. I don't see the same thing happening when it comes to liquor and beer. I don't go out drinking much anymore, but what happened in the UK, which probably sounds similar there, is did affect the pubs as well, actually, especially if they were under breweries that wouldn't let them go to the supermarket and buy stuff. You can buy beer and liquor if you're not fussy about what you're drinking, really, really cheap here in the supermarket. It's been lovely and wonderful, but must depart. I have work in the morning. Thank you for being here, Chris. Thank you so much. Good night to you, darling. People would turn one cig. My granddad used to do that. Turn one cig around and the other way in the packet for luck. Do you know what I'd do? I'd end up putting it in my mouth that way because I wouldn't be paying any attention to it when I put it in. No. Not a good idea. We're coming up to 2.5. I'm going to finish this at 2.5. That wouldn't be so. No, it would not. I don't drink at all, but hubby and I are always sent to buy beer and wine for the old man, and it's crazy how it doesn't cost near as much as it does for cigarettes. I wonder why that is. Yeah, that's a whole different story. But they I mean, over the last 20 years, cigarettes have shot up massively in price, and it's all this health thing. It's since they've banned it indoors and all this sort of stuff. But they don't worry about how much people drink. That's my feeling on it. I mean, most of the cost of cigarettes is tax. It's not the cost of making the product. The only thing that affects alcohol here, but it affected more the small companies. There's a shop here that I used to have my artwork in that sells local beers and spirits, gin and rum and stuff like that. And they were massively affected in this country with the sugar tax. It really affected how much they had to price their stuff for. They've been in your lives and hate me. Oh, thank you, sweetie. That's really nice. Sorry, it's just me tonight, drivelling on. Probably do a members live in the next couple of days, but I will be live again on Saturday afternoon. So want to get the camera set up as well. So, technical stuff. I'd rather draw. Only tea I have milk in. I have milk and tea in regular tea, but I don't have milk in anything else. But I am lactose intolerant, so it's probably just as well. Or the only milk I have in coffee is when I treat myself to a gingerbread latte. That's my treat. Sky in. Hey, Sky. How we doing, darling? Hope you're okay. Hope you're feeling alright, sweetie. I'm sorry. Hang on. I also wondered if they really changed the price on alcohol because more politicians drink than smoke. I don't know if this is still true, but I know one of the things that really hacked me off with when they banned smoking indoors is they still had a smoking room in the House of Commons. But most politicians can afford to drink and smoke. I mean, come on, they get good salaries. I do think there's a point. I do think there is some truth in that, but with drinking, you know, you talk about the hospitality industry. It's not just going to pubs, it's restaurants and it's hotels and clubs, etc. Sarah, I've got dizzy brains. I've got dizzy brains too, Sky. They're lovely. Penny has disease. Whee! Ginger. Yes, I am anything ginger. Oh, I love my ginger. It's weird because I always liked ginger as a kid. My grandmother My mum's mum adored ginger. She used to love the crystallized ginger and stuff as Christmas presents. But I just, the older I got, the more I sort of crave ginger. I love a gingerbread latte. I'm sitting here with a packet of ginger biscuits. Rhubarb and ginger crumble. Oh, love me ginger. Sarah, let me get my scripts printed when we reconnect my phone to the printer and I'm a go. Awesome. Tara, that will be green tone, Tina. Sorry. That'll be green tone that gifted you the membership, sweetie. Increase the prices in stores new tax years to increase benefits of point. Yeah. That's the trick, isn't it? It's having increase in benefits or salaries or pensions, etc. Is it enough to cover the cost of living rise? Rhubarb and yeah, oh, rhubarb and ginger. I want to see if I want to see what the state of our rhubarb plant in the garden is, because I actually like the traditional ginger nut biscuits here, but my treat, because they're expensive, which is just as well, but my treat is we have a cookie company here called Borders, and they do dark chocolate and ginger cookies. Oh. We have the ginger gene in our family. We had ginger biscuits, yeah. What? Do you like Arnott's ginger nuts? Hard to get the good ones because every state has slightly different ones. I just wish Tim Tams weren't so expensive, because I was really impressed when I did fork out for a packet, but they're £2.50 a packet. There's only about 12 in them. I was ginger as a child. Well, I'm red now. That's hair dye, but I need to redo it. I don't know why I haven't opened that packet of ginger biscuits actually, but they're sitting right next to me looking at me saying, Sarah, Sarah, don't forget us. Right guys, I'm just looked out the window, it's daylight outside, so well, they are cheap. Ooh, yeah, they are cheaper for us. I thought £2.50 was expensive. Half-blood ginger with blonde hair, says Ghost Arena. Awesome. Right, guys, I may do a members live. Booyah, I'm live at some point, but in the next couple of days. But I will definitely be live at my usual time on Saturday. Public live at 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon UK. So that's what, 9 AM US, 11 PM Sydney. So I will Natu, sorry, I'm about to finish, but good to see you, sweetie. I will see you guys then. Thank you so much to everybody for being here, the mods, and everybody in chat, and welcome to all who have come in for the first time. See you later.
Don't need coffee.
I need coffee. I need coffee.
You don't need coffee.
I need coffee, Daddy.